Over and over again, we hear from bigots, terrorist sympathizers, jihadists, that it's not about Jews. It's about Israel. And 99.9% of Jews will tell you that you're more than welcome to criticize the Israeli government. We do it all the time. In fact, there was a protest just yesterday about the fact that it's been over a year since the hostages were taken. And in case you didn't know, that's a war crime. That's against international law. But hey, since it's just Jews or other Zionists, it doesn't matter, right? Now, I want you to also stop and think. If it's just about Israel, not about Jews, why is a Montreal synagogue being firebombed in a suspected hate crime? Stop and think. If this had been a mosque, do you think anyone would only suspect that it was a hate crime? Islam is now 23.4% of the global population. They control 50 countries. That is not a minority, folks. That is a majority. And Islamophobia is the biggest gift Western civilization gave to Islamic colonization. Because in your desperate need to try to understand all positions, you have bent over so far backwards that you're willing to justify and rationalize what terrorists do. Jews are the only ones who have to prove to the police that it's a hate crime. Be they in Canada, and shame on Canada, or in Australia, likely terrorist incident. Again, if it was a mosque, no one would question that it was a terrorist incident. But it's going after Jews. So who cares, right? Just like in the last year or so, you haven't had any real talks, newspaper articles about the fact that mosques have had to increase security, had to get security. Have you? No, because they didn't. Synagogues, however, did. And speaking of those hostages, two of which, one was an 8-month-old boy and his 3-year-old brother, who have been there over a year. Well, I guess how traumatized they are. Hamas wants people like adult, established, in prison, been convicted and in prison terrorists to be released in exchange. So we've got what will be basically a 16-month-old boy. To Hamas is equal to a terrorist who has already killed countless Jews. So, despite the fact that European and Western, North American, South American countries have spent billions in aid for Gaza, what they've built are ammunition dumps. They've bought rockets. They have a tunnel